the unquiet mind. We built towers, reached for the stars, filled our homes to the rafters. We connected the world, shrunk the distances, made information an ocean, convenience a constant companion. We acquired, accumulated, aspired, chased the horizon, believed the promise. The promise whispered, more will bring enough, more will bring peace. But look closer, lean in, listen past the noise, the hum of the server farms, the chatter of the endless stream, the roar of the traffic. Why does the hand reach for more? When the hands are already full, why does the space within grow larger? The more we try to fill it, we hold the world in our palm, yet feel adrift, untethered, searching for a shore that never seems to arrive. We chase success, climb the ladder. The view from the top is supposed to be clear, but the air is thin, and the exhaustion settles deep in the bone, a fatigue not of the body, but of the soul. Why this relentless striving, this gnawing hunger? For what? For approval, for security, for meaning, or just for the next thing, the illusion of progress? On a treadmill built of desire, we have everything, or we are told we do. The algorithm knows, the market dictates, the curated feeds gleam with manufactured joy. Perfection, polished to a blinding sheen. And in the glare of all this supposed abundance, why the hollow echo, the quiet ache, the insecurity that tightens its grip? The more we possess, we compare, we contrast, we measure against phantoms, against projections, against curated lives, and find ourselves wanting, always wanting. The modern condition, a paradox wrapped in a riddle, surrounded by connection, yet profoundly alone, burdened by choice, yet paralyzed by inaction, awash in information, yet starved for wisdom. Where did we lose the thread? This thread that connects us to ourselves, to something real, something enduring. The anchor in the storm. We look outward, always outward, for answers, for validation, for escape. We scan the horizon for rescue, forgetting the landscape within, forgetting the power that resides right here. The ancients knew this, not through screens, but through silence, not through speed, but through stillness. They looked inward and found a universe, a citadel, unshakable. Marcus Aurelius, writing by lamplight amidst the chaos of war and plague, reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is the first step, the most crucial step, the great divide between the world as it happens and the world as we perceive it. Think about your day, the irritations, the anxieties, the pressures, the email demanding immediate attention, the deadline looming, the difficult conversation you must have, the news report that chills you, the doubt that whispers you're not enough, not smart enough, not successful enough, not anything enough. Where does the suffering truly lie? In the event itself, or in our judgment of the event? Epictetus, born a slave, taught emperors and was exiled for his wisdom. He hammered this home. He called them things in our control and things not in our control. The traffic jam, is it in your control? No. The blaring horns, the delay, the consequences of being late? Mostly not, but your reaction to it, your choice of thought, in that moment. That is yours. The opinion of others, can you control it? Never. Their words, their judgments, their perception. Impossible. But your response to their opinion, your sense of self-worth, that is yours. This isn't about indifference. It's not about suppression. It's about discernment. Recognizing the boundary, the sacred boundary, between the external and the internal, where the noise stops and your true self begins. We spend so much energy raging against the uncontrollable, pushing boulders uphill, trying to bend the river to our will. We exhaust ourselves, fighting shadows, fighting the way things are. Imagine a vast ocean. Storms gather, waves crash, the wind howls. External events, turbulent, unpredictable. Now imagine a deep-sea submarine, far below the surface. The storm rages, but down there, stillness, calm. The submarine isn't immune to the ocean, but it is undisturbed by the surface chaos. Its integrity remains intact. That submarine is your reasoned mind, your inner citadel. It requires conscious effort to descend, to move beneath the turbulent waves of fleeting emotions, of anxious thoughts, of external pressures. This requires practice, constant vigilance, like strengthening a muscle. Each time you catch yourself spiraling into what you cannot control, and gently, firmly, redirect your focus to what is within your power, your judgment, your response, your intention, you are strengthening that inner citadel. It starts small, the spilled coffee, the forgotten appointment, the minor inconvenience. Don't curse the storm. Acknowledge the wave and dive beneath it. Focus on the next right action, the next rational thought, the next virtuous choice. This is not a passive acceptance of fate. It is an active engagement with reality by understanding what is truly yours and what is not. The illusion of the outside. But we are addicted. Aren't we addicted to the illusion that happiness lies out there, in the next job title, the bigger house, the perfect relationship, the social media score? We believe, if only this one thing changes, then we will be okay. Then we will be happy. Then we will be secure. This is the ego's favorite game. It promises peace, conditional on external validation. It demands perfection in a world defined by imperfection. It clings to outcomes that are fundamentally outside its grasp. Is this your desire, or the echo of 1,000 voices telling you what you should want, what you should achieve, what you should become? Recognize this game. See the strings pulling you. The desire for external validation is a cage, a comfortable cage, perhaps, lined with fleeting pleasures, but a cage nonetheless. True freedom begins when you realize the only approval you need is your own, based not on external achievements, but on internal integrity, on acting in accordance with reason, in accordance with virtue. This inner world, it is the only true territory we possess. Nurture it, defend it, make it the center of your life. Let the storms rage on the surface. You are down below, calm, centered, free, living by nature, living with reason. The Stoics spoke of living in accordance with nature. What does that mean for us in our world of concrete and code? It doesn't mean returning to a cave. It means understanding our human nature. What is our nature? We are rational beings. We possess the capacity for reason, logic, understanding. We are social beings, capable of cooperation, empathy, justice. We are adaptable beings, able to face adversity, to learn, to grow. Living according to nature means living according to reason. It means cultivating our capacity for rational thought, making decisions based on logic and evidence, not fleeting passions. It means understanding the interconnectedness of things, seeing ourselves not as isolated individuals, but as part of a larger whole, a community, humanity, the cosmos itself. Think about anger. A flash of rage. It feels powerful, righteous even. But is it rational? Does it stem from a clear understanding of the situation or from a wounded ego, a sense of entitlement? The Stoic asks, what is the reason behind this emotion? Often, the answer reveals its irrationality, its harmfulness, mostly to ourselves. Seneca wrote extensively on anger. He saw it as temporary madness. He urged us to pause, to reflect, to ask, is this outburst truly serving justice, or just my pride? Will it solve the problem or create more? Consider envy, seeing another's success and feeling a sting of resentment. Is that rational? Does their good fortune diminish yours, or does it simply highlight what you perceive as lacking in yourself, a lack born from comparison, not from objective reality? Living according to nature means celebrating the success of others, understanding that the universe is not a zero-sum game. There is enough for everyone if we cultivate cooperation, not competition. And what about ambition? Is ambition unnatural? No, but misdirected ambition is ambition focused solely on external rewards, wealth, fame, status, detached from virtue and reason. That is the path to exhaustion, to emptiness. True ambition aligns with our nature, the ambition to become wiser, more courageous, more just, more temperate, the ambition to contribute, to serve, to leave things slightly better than we found them. The ambition to master, not the world, but ourselves. Living in accordance with nature also means accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it would be. The seasons change, people disappoint, plans go awry, health fails. These are not punishments, they are not aberrations, they are part of the natural unfolding of events. To fight against them is to fight against reality itself. It's like trying to stop the tide. This acceptance is not resignation. It is the foundation upon which we build. It is recognizing the terrain before we set out on the journey. Knowing the weather allows us to prepare. Knowing the nature of things allows us to act wisely. We are part of this vast, intricate web of existence. Our rational mind is our guide, our compass. It helps us navigate the complexities, to discern what is virtuous, what is rational, what is beneficial for ourselves and for the whole. It allows us to act with purpose, with intention, with resilience, finding our place in the grand, unfolding drama of the universe, not as victims of circumstance, but as rational participants, acting always with virtue as our aim. The tyranny of desire. And yet, we hunger, we crave, we want, we see, and we must possess, we hear, and we must acquire. This constant wanting, it is a fever, a fire, stoked by the world and by ourselves. We chase shadows, mistaking the reflection for the substance. We believe, if only I had that new car, that bigger promotion, that follower count, that idealized love, then I would be content. Then I would be happy. This is the great delusion, the source of so much modern anxiety, the tyranny of desire. It binds you, it dictates your mood, your actions, your very sense of self. It ensures you are never quite enough, never quite here. What if the goal isn't to acquire more? What if the goal is to want less, to distinguish between needs and manufactured desires, between what truly nourishes the soul and what merely distracts it? The wise man is content with little, not because he is deprived, but because he understands. True contentment comes not from accumulation, but from inner peace, from freedom, from the relentless pursuit of the next thing. Examine your desires ruthlessly, honestly. Where do they come from? Who do they serve? Do they align with reason, with virtue? Or are they chains you have willingly put upon yourself? Letting go is not loss, it is liberation. True wealth is the reduction of need. Find peace, not in having more, but in wanting less. The art of inner freedom. Emotions and reactions. We feel things deeply: joy, sorrow, fear, anger, love. These are part of the human experience. The Stoics never taught us to eradicate emotion. They taught us to understand it, to master our reactions to it. Emotions arise from our judgments, our interpretations, our beliefs. Fear, for instance, often stems from a judgment that something bad might happen and that we are powerless to face it, or that it would be intolerable if it did. The Stoic practice is to examine the judgment. Is the feared event truly likely? If it happened, would it be the end of the world? Or just an event? An event you are capable of handling with reason and resilience. Consider the sting of insult. Someone says something cruel, harsh, unfair. The immediate reaction: anger, hurt, humiliation. But pause. Examine the judgment. Their insult is harmful to me. Their opinion defines my worth. Is this true? Can someone else's words truly harm your character, your integrity only if you allow them to? Only if you grant them that power. This is the core of inner freedom, the ability to respond rather than react, to choose your attitude even when circumstances are unpleasant, to see challenges not as catastrophes, but as opportunities. Opportunities to practice patience, to practice courage, to practice virtue. Think of a sculptor. The raw stone is impassive, indifferent. The sculptor applies hammer and chisel, heat and force. The stone doesn't react with anger or fear. It is shaped by the process. It yields to the forces applied, transforming into something beautiful. We can choose to be that stone, to allow the pressures and difficulties of life to shape us into something stronger, more resilient, more refined, instead of shattering or resisting and becoming brittle. This requires self-awareness, constant attention to our thoughts, our judgments, our emotional responses, catching the initial spark before it becomes an inferno, asking the crucial questions: is this reaction serving me? Is this thought rational? What is the virtuous response here? It's the difference between being tossed about by the waves of emotion and steering your ship with intention, using the winds of circumstance to move towards your chosen destination. your destination, of inner peace, of rational conduct, of virtue. This isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming the master of your inner world, allowing joy without clinging to it, experiencing sadness without being consumed by it, facing fear with courage and reason, responding to anger with calm and understanding. That is the path to true resilience, to an unshakable inner freedom. No external circumstance can take that away. The mirror of mortality, memento mori, and yet we live as if we have forever, as if time is infinite, as if this moment will stretch endlessly before us. We postpone, we delay, we procrastinate. Tomorrow, next week, someday. But look at the mirror. Look at the changing seasons. Look at the fading light. Every moment passes irrevocably. You are here, now, breathing, aware. This moment is the only certainty you have. The ancients called it memento mori. Remember death, not to dwell morbidly, not to induce fear, but to ignite urgency, to clarify what truly matters. What would you do today? If you knew this was your last, whom would you call? What words would you speak? What burdens would you lay down? What regrets would you release? This contemplation is not morbid, it is liberating. It cuts through the trivial, the unnecessary anxieties, the chasing of phantoms, the importance placed on external validation. When you truly accept the finite nature of your time, suddenly, the promotion seems less critical, the online argument less important, the fear of judgment less paralyzing. You focus on the present, on acting virtuously, now on expressing love, now on finding meaning, now amor fati, love your fate. This includes the ultimate fate, accepting it not with resignation, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the time you have had, gratitude for the chance to experience this life, this breath, this moment. Let the awareness of mortality be your catalyst, not for fear, but for presence, for purpose, for appreciating the profound gift of simply being here, now, alive. The love of what is. We struggle, we resist, we wish things were different. Why me? This isn't fair. It shouldn't be this way. This constant friction between our desires and reality is a primary source of suffering. The Stoics offered a radical antidote, amor fati, the love of fate, not a passive, resigned acceptance, but an active embrace, a profound understanding that everything that happens is necessary, is part of the intricate tapestry of the universe. This doesn't mean you endorse evil or stop striving for good. It means recognizing that events unfold according to causes and conditions, that you cannot control the outcome, but you can control your attitude towards it. Your job is lost, the relationship ends, the diagnosis comes, the market crashes, the storm hits, the easy path rail against it, lament, blame. The Stoic path, accept it, integrate it, see it not as a disaster, but as raw material. Material for growth, for resilience, for demonstrating virtue. Imagine your life as a story, written by a force far greater than yourself. Are you the author, demanding a perfect plot, or are you the actor, playing your part, with conviction, with integrity, embracing the role, the circumstances, the dialogue? As they are given this love of fate, transforms obstacles into opportunities. The traffic jam isn't just a delay. It's a chance to practice patience, to listen to a podcast, to simply be. The difficult colleague isn't just an annoyance. They are a chance to practice tolerance, diplomacy, and understanding the limits of your control. The setback isn't a tragedy. It's a redirection, a lesson, a test of your resolve. It requires seeing the bigger picture, understanding that what seems negative in the short term may be essential for a greater, unfolding purpose, something we may never fully grasp. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, faced a tragic event, shipwreck, losing all his possessions. His response: "I see what's happening. Fortune cannot be content with the lesser losses, so she has torn away my property." He didn't despair. He saw it as a sign to turn to philosophy. His misfortune became his catalyst. This is the essence of amor fati. To look at whatever life throws at you, the good, the bad, the indifferent, and say, "This too is part of it. This too I can use. This too I can embrace. This too I accept and perhaps even love." It is the ultimate liberation. Freedom from the tyranny of what if. Freedom from regret. Freedom from resentment. It is finding peace, not in changing the world, but in harmonizing with it, loving whatever happens. The present moment, hic et nunc. We are plagued by two specters: regret, haunting the past; anxiety, poisoning the future. We live in the echoes of what was, or the anxieties of what might be. We rarely inhabit. The only time we ever truly have, hic et nunc, here and now. This present moment, it is the only reality, the only place where life happens, where decisions are made, where actions are taken, where existence is experienced. Why do we struggle to simply be here? Our minds, conditioned by habit, constantly wander, replaying old conversations, dwelling on past mistakes, or leaping ahead, planning, worrying, projecting, imagining outcomes that may never occur. This constant mental time travel disconnects us from ourselves, from the world around us, from the richness of the present experience. Cultivating presence is the practice. It's not about forcing your mind to be blank. It's about noticing when it has wandered, and gently, without judgment, guiding it back to the breath, back to the sensations in your body, back to the task at hand, back to the reality of this moment. When you are working, just work. Be fully engaged. Bring your reason, your skill, your intention. When you are talking with someone, truly listen. Be present with them. Put away the distractions, the internal chatter. When you are resting, rest. Allow your mind and body to recover. Don't use the downtime to worry. When you are experiencing, experience. Feel the sun on your skin. Taste your food. Notice the sounds around you. This presence anchors you. It dissolves the anxieties born of future imagining. It lessens the weight of past regrets. It brings clarity, focus, effectiveness, and paradoxically, it brings peace. The past is gone. It cannot be changed. We can only learn from it. The future is not yet here. It is uncertain. We can prepare for it. We can strive towards it, but we cannot live in it. Only the present moment is ours. This fleeting, precious now. Embrace it. Inhabit it fully. Bring your reason. Bring your virtue. Bring your best self to this moment, because this moment is all there is. Hic et nunc, live here, live now, and find the stillness at the heart of being. The inner sanctuary, finding peace amidst chaos. We search for peace in a world designed for distraction. We look for quiet in a cacophony of noise. We crave stillness in a culture obsessed with motion. We believe peace is a destination, a place we arrive at when things are finally perfect, when the challenges cease, when the worries disappear, when everyone agrees with us. But that destination never arrives. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is not the absence of difficulty. It is not a reward for a life perfectly lived. Peace is a skill, an inner state, a sanctuary built within the mind, accessible regardless of external circumstances. How do we build it? We start with acceptance, accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, accepting our own imperfections, our own struggles, without harsh judgment, without constant resistance. We practice discernment, distinguishing what is within our control and what is not, focusing our energy on our responses, our choices, our character, releasing the desperate need to control externals. We cultivate presence, anchoring ourselves in the here and now, the only time we truly possess, letting go of the anxieties of the future and the regrets of the past. We practice virtue, acting with reason, courage, justice, temperance, not for reward, not for recognition, but because it is the right way to act, because it aligns with our nature, because living virtuously is the foundation of inner peace. We remember our mortality, memento mori, not to be morbid, but to be present, to clarify priorities, to let go of the trivial, to live each day with purpose and gratitude. We practice amor fati, loving whatever fate brings, seeing challenges not as setbacks, but as opportunities to grow, to learn, to become stronger, to integrate every experience into the fabric of our being. This inner sanctuary is not built in a day. It is built moment by moment, choice by choice, breath by breath, with consistent effort, with gentle persistence. The storms of life will still come, the waves will still crash, the noise will still surround us, but within you, a deep stillness can grow, a quiet strength, an unshakable center. This is the peace the Stoics discovered, not a peace from the world, but a peace within the world, accessible to anyone who chooses to cultivate it, accessible right here, right now. The quiet resolve. The search ends, not with a triumphant arrival, but with a quiet understanding. The noise fades, the striving ceases, the comparisons dissolve. What remains? The breath, the present moment, the space within. You possess only this moment, this choice, this breath. Act virtuously. Live reasonably. Accept what fate brings. Love what is. There is nothing more to seek, nothing more to prove, nothing to chase. Just this, here, now.